guys, this is Comic Uno. Today I'm doing a review for the Edge of Spider-Verse issue 2, Spider-Woman Gwen Stacy. So before I start talking about this issue, just have a couple updates. Of course, I have Comic Uno episode 65, and that's the show where I review all the comics I read this week in one show, and here are those exclusive comics. We got Oddly Normal issue 1, Supergirl Future's End issue 1, Grimm Fairy Tales Tales of Terror issue 3, Future's End issue 20, Batman and Robin issue 1 Future's End, which I also have an in-depth review for that on Comic Frontline, Sensation Wonder Woman issue 2, Uncanny X-Men issue 26, Uncanny Avengers issue 24, Elektra issue 6, The Bionic Woman season 4 issue 1, Green Lantern New Guardians Future's End issue 1, Daredevil issue 8, Future's End Wonder Woman issue 1, and last but not least, Nova issue 21. So if you want to go check out all those reviews, go to Comic Uno episode 65, which is annotated. But let's talk about Edge of Spider-Verse issue 2. Hell, I was excited for this book. When I heard about the Spider-Woman Gwen Stacy thing, I was excited, but, skeptical about it. I was like, can this work? How's this gonna work? But I'm mostly excited. I thought it was a really cool idea. I love the costume. I wrote about Spider-Woman on Twitter, and my friend Mike from Real School was saying it feels very modern and very feminine and feminine. Why can't I say that today? I don't know. But yeah, so I do think I do agree with all those terms. It's really cool. I like the design a lot here. So really cool cover. Let's see what's going on with the story. So with this issue, we get to see that Gwen's part of this band. She loves music. What's the band called? It's called the Mary Janes. And Mary Jane's a little bitchy in this issue. She's very, I guess, a perfectionist in a way, because Gwen is kind of in her own world. One of the bandmates seems like a really good friend for Gwen, really cares about what's going on with Gwen, but Mary Jane's like, hey, this girl's like bringing us down. Gwen, you gotta get your stuff together, but in a mean way. And we find out the reason that Gwen doesn't have her stuff together is because everything that's been going on in her life, she was the one bit by the spider. And in the past, she lost Peter Parker because he wanted to be special like Gwen and turned into the Lizard, and he died because of it. And everyone's against Spider-Woman because of Peter Parker's death and because she had to do with Peter Parker's death. So she's trying to figure out, what do I do with being Spider-Woman? And now her father, Captain Stacy, is also against Spider-Woman, and she has to deal with that. And she has to deal with her career in music. Can she balance this career in music? And by the end of the issue, we get to see, spoiler alert, this creature trying to help Spider-Woman and kill Captain Stacy, because he is kind of the face of anti-Spider-Woman. So he's about to die, and Spider-Woman comes to save the day. And Captain Stacy's like, I don't really care that you saved me. You gotta back up, and you're under arrest. And she's like, Dad, are you sure I'm under arrest? Because I'm your daughter. And he's like, go, bye. And Gwen Stacy leaves, and that's the end of the issue. And we're going to see more of Gwen Stacy in issue 9 of The Amazing Spider-Man. This issue, wow. When I just read the first couple of pages, I love this series. It was freaking amazing. I thought it compacted an origin story so well in just 2 pages. And a lot of series, especially these one-shot books, are not good at doing that. And it's great to have this series in September during the Future's End book, because that proves it. A lot of these Future's End book one-shots, they don't really explain the story that well of these future people, and you can tell there's so much story they want to tell, but there's not enough room. But with this story, they told the whole entire Gwen Stacy origin story in 2 pages. And they did it great. I loved it. And you understand, I feel like I've been reading Gwen Stacy for issues now. That's how well done this first issue was. And I thought with Gwen Stacy, they stayed so true to who Gwen Stacy was, but at the same time having this Peter Parker flair and this Spider-Man flair. I just thought it was amazing, and the balance of it was great. I love the twist of Captain Stacy and Gwen. Captain Stacy being this the face of anti-Spider-Woman, and by the end finding out that Gwen was Spider-Woman. I'm glad that they didn't really prolong it. Of course, they couldn't prolong it because this is not an ongoing series, but I just thought it was a perfect first issue, introducing your characters, saying what happened in the past, having just a great character you could feel for and you could relate to. And I don't even think it was the Gwen Stacy name that did it. It was just this character. And again, the artwork fits so well for this series. It felt hip, and that's what I feel this series is. It feels fresh. It feels new. Honestly, I could put on the same level as Ms. Marvel in a lot of ways. I hope we get an ongoing for this series. This was amazing. I've already heard that a lot of people want an ongoing. I would love an ongoing. Hint, hint, let's get a Gwen Stacy and Spider-Girl ongoing. Let's maybe get May and Gwen Stacy in the same universe. I would love that as an ongoing because I think their characters honestly would mesh really well. But yeah, or maybe, you know, two separate. Spider-Woman and a Spider-Girl ongoing. Let's see this happen after Spider-Verse. But honestly, yeah, we need to see more of this version of Spider-Woman. I would like to see it in her world, honestly, because I think they just set up these supporting characters so well, and this world so well. So let's see this happen. 5 stars, easy pick of the week. Easy pick of the week. Read this. If you're not reading Edge of Spider-Verse, if you didn't read this issue, you gotta read it. It's amazing. Read it. Pick of the week. Awesome. Let's get it ongoing. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Pick this up. Pick of the week. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Rant Situations. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also in the description below there's links for my comic book, Like Father Like Daughter. And also don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.